Welcome to Crufts Dog Show, the greatest dog show in the world. Last week, of course, you'll have seen the Supreme Champion chosen. But today is the chance of the Obedience Champions and the Agility Trials. We're in the arena, right in the centre of Earl's Court, where all the action takes place. And with me, I have a man who's got probably the most important job on his hands during the course of the day. He is the judge of the Obedience Championship, Andy Anderson. Andy, do you look for anything particular when you go out there? I mean, what exactly are you looking for?
Just a good, happy dog which works close to the heel without any weaving.
No preconceived ideas about
preconceived ideas.
What's your favourite dog? Do you prefer the Shepherds or the... You do prefer the Shepherd?
I prefer a Shepherd, but you can't... you judge the dog which comes in, not the one you fancy.
Well, you've got a tremendous amount of work to do. I know you're going to need good luck because you've got to walk probably a few miles out there. Very best of luck, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. So, that's the competition that we're going to be looking at today, the Obedience Championship. And with me, as usual, my co-presenter, Muriel Pierce, who's had a champion or two herself. Muriel, we keep on getting the same people here. So many, each year we get the same people with perhaps different dogs. Yeah. But that shows a certain consistency. How long does it take to train a dog?
Well, you know, Peter, there are some people who claim they can train a dog in 5 minutes. But as the late Professor Joad would say, it depends what you mean by train. And while I admit that you can dominate a dog to do something simple in under 5 minutes, it would take an experienced handler at least 6 months to train a dog up to the standard of these we're going to see today. Yes. But, you know, looking down the list of dogs in the competition today, we have last year's winner, Jemadine Sheppy, no doubt back again to try for the double. We've also got Sharobin Dai, who won this class in 1981. But I'm going to stick my neck out this year, and I'm going to go for Sylvia Bishop's dog, Magic Sunday. He's a little working sheepdog, a cracking little worker. He came here for the first time last year and was second in the lineup. And I feel that if anybody's going to win, they've got to beat that dog. So it depends, of course, on the competition, how it goes. And in the end, it depends on the scent, which is going to be the last exercise as usual. And everybody would be on their toes. So we'll just have to wait and see and keep our fingers crossed.
Well, Muriel, it would be nice for a change if your tip was right. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely hopeless. You've never had one right yet.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to cast our expert, well, my inexpert eye over the competitors. Let's get on with the competition. And the first test is the send away, where the handler sends the dog away, in this case to that triangle of cones. Rather a difficult point for the animal to identify with. It's not a square. And the first one we're seeing is Magic Sunday with Sylvia Bishop. This, of course, Muriel's tip.
And this is a cracking send away, Peter, but unfortunately Sylvia was a little bit late with her command and the dog is just out of the box.
So there'll certainly be faults for that. Not many, but there'll be some. This exercise isn't over until the dog is recalled, and Sylvia will be told to turn, walk across the arena and then recall the dog, as you see.
Right turn.
That looks pretty good.
That should get almost full marks, I feel.
Left turn. Halt. Thank you.
And it was in fact one fault on that send away for overshooting the box. As we now look at Sharobin Dai, Steve Stevens.
And Dai, if you remember, Peter, won in 1981. And Steve, of course, is a very relaxed handler. But I sometimes wonder, over the years, because the send away has changed from a send away to a send to, and what some of these dogs would do if there were no markers to guide them out.
Well, in fact, that was a perfect send away. It came to a perfect recall as well for Steve Stevens, so excellent from Sharobin Dai. We now look at Zandoas Houdini.
And this 5.5-year-old dog, oh dear, he's going to have to restart that dog and will lose quite a lot of marks for the second try.
Great shame it did that, because that is a pretty good send away, but picked up 20 faults on that particular movement. This now is Jay Jade with Frank Smith.
Send your dog.
What a beautiful send away. Look at that straight line that dog's taking. Frank must take the blame for that. His command was much too slow to drop that dog.
Well, at least Frank Smith doesn't seem too unhappy about it. Just lost 2 points for that as we look at Sunny Jim.
And this is Beryl Kelsall with her 8-year-old working sheepdog. Usually does a good... Oh dear, no. He's miles out of the box today. He's going to lose a lot of marks here.
And in fact, for that deviation, lost 8.5 points. As now go to Benjo Dusty Bin with Ted Tewkesbury.
Now, Ted was ill most of last year, and so therefore the dog has not had very much training. But he hasn't forgotten it. Obviously, he's doing very well.
Very good send away, losing just 1 point there. As we now go to the retrieve, which is a fairly self-explanatory exercise. The object, which you see being thrown there, this time by Sylvia Bishop from Magic Sunday. And Magic Sunday has to go and collect it, and well too.
And this is an example, Peter, of a perfect retrieve with a fast run out, a clean pickup, and a fast coming in to present, which is perhaps slightly too close.
But the judge didn't think so. That's full marks for Magic Sunday. We now look at Gemmadine Sheppy with Ernie Cooper.
You ready?
Last year's winner, of course.
The retrieve articles, you will notice, are very soft today and therefore a great temptation for the dogs to mouth them. I believe the Hastings Club spent many hours making them with obviously very great effect. That's a good retrieve.
Take it. Finish.
But Judge Andy Anderson found half a point's fault there. This now is Ben Trooper with Jay Abrams.
Now, Ben is a 9-year-old dog and has been to Crufts before, so he's an experienced campaigner. That looks quite a fast run out. Pushing perhaps slightly on the pickup. A nice return, but oh dear, that present is far too close.
Finish.
And that little collection of faults cost 3 points to Ben Trooper. This is Speedy Kid, coming a long way, all the way from North Scotland.
Yes, indeed. Their first time at Crufts. This pair come from Fort William, as you say. And a nice steady dog. I haven't seen him work before. But for his first time here, he appears to be going very well indeed. No mouthing of that article, as you can see.
Take it.
Again, a slightly close present.
Finish.
And that performance was worth just 1.5 faults, as Judge Andy Anderson cast his very expert eye over Benjo Dusty Bin.
Send your dog. Take it.
Half a point's fault and much amusement for the audience. Proves that everything at Crufts isn't that serious.
Finish.
And Dusty Bin thoroughly enjoying it as well.